Yes, y'all. You are now tuned into Real Enigmas and Theories. I am Sequence, your host, and today we're discussing the TV series From. I think it's time we take a deeper look into the ancient deity or ancient magic theory. In this video, we'll examine clues and give a comprehensive analysis of the supernatural experience our occupants are faced with. So if you're a fan of the show, tap that thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe and tap the bell for notifications of when I drop another video. Share this video so that we can keep the conversation going. In my last video, I discussed evidence that strongly suggests the presence of two or more ancient entities that seem to be at odds with each other, while our mortal travelers have been pulled into the fray. So, let's talk about the possible two factions of supernatural entities that are at play. Faction 1, those whom are against the residents. So the first and most obvious supernatural entities that are against the residents are the slow walkers, or the monsters that'll turn you into barbecue rib cage. They have telekinesic persuasion abilities and seem to act as if they know their prey. They only come out at night, and they are prohibited from entering a dwelling protected by a well-placed talisman. 2. We've also learned that there is something worse than the slow walkers. We heard this from Martin, our malnourished stationary friend who throws ropes with his toenails and cuts people with his shackles to make you his blood brother. But we'll get into that later. Now, these seem to be the only things that are actually against our residents. We haven't seen anything else really trying to get them other than the monsters, and we haven't even seen this supposed other threat. It seemed that the boy in white was trying to warn them when they got close to the lighthouse, but we'll talk about that a little later as well. But let's talk about the other supernatural faction, those who help the humans. The most obvious supernatural help to the residents are the talisman. They protect the dwellings and are inscribed with symbols that give us clues that suggest the worship of a spider deity. I spoke about that in my last video, and we're going to explore that a little more in this video, along with clues that support this theory even more. 2, we have the boy in white. He's helped numerous times. He's pointed out the faraway trees, saving Victor, Julie, Sarah, and Boyd. Not to mention, he greeted Ethan pleasantly during the daytime, putting Ethan in a proper frame of mind to be curious and audit this situation from an adventurous perspective. Also, intrigued by Victor's drawings of the boy in white, Ethan has been probing through Victor's artwork to better understand what Victor knows. Remember, Victor draws what he sees in a dream or what he sees in real life, and sometimes he can't remember the difference between the two. 3rd, the inexplicable livestock and crops found in the forest. Who put them there? It's not like the creatures are eating the humans and they need them to be fed. They're just ripping them apart. You see the body parts everywhere, the guts everywhere. They're not eating them. And it definitely didn't look like anyone was feeding Martin. That dude looked like he was eating the skin off his lips. 4, we have the spiders. Yes, that's right, the spiders. The spiders are there to help. First off, the spider web is encoded on the talismans that protect the people. Moreover, I believe that the spiders cured Boyd of his Parkinson's. Now, this one is an honorable non-mention, but the messages, either by way of telekinesis or songs being played in the diner radios, I left both of those off the list because the messages sometimes were for the residents and also against them at the same time. So we left that off. We don't know. It could be two different factions that are sending these messages. It seems like it. Sarah, she receives two different types of messages. She receives a mental message where she hears voices, and those voices are the voices that told her about what Father Cautry had buried. However, she also gets a physical message where she actually sees and feels some sort of etching in her own skin. So we've got that out of the way. We have two supernatural factions in the mix. So I think it's safe to say that they are at odds with one another, being that one is helping and one is trying to harm the residents. Now, let's go over some clues that suggest ancient deities or ancient magic. Some of these are from my last video. However, this will be a more extensive look into the suspicion, and they'll tie right into the new clues. The new clues are directly connected to the design of the set and the historical background of the actual filming location. So let's get right into this. Now, one of the bus characters gave us an undoubtable reference to Native American ritual worship. A lot of you have been thinking about this character as being suspicious. Many of you have been saying that this character knows something. This character is Tilly. When Tilly got off the bus, she started to do a rain dance, which we know is a Native American summoning ritual. In many Native American cultures, rain falling symbolizes good spirits battling evil. She also wanted to jump head first to help dig Tabitha out of the basement, but was told to stand down. She also consoled Julie in the diner after they heard the screams coming from the Matthews house. When the sun came up the next day, Tilly can be seen sitting at a table in the diner playing solitaire, a game that made its way to America around the time of the Civil War. Side note, let's not forget that Jade was being chased by a Civil War soldier. Now, before the game solitaire came to America, in the Baltic region of Europe, solitaire was believed to be a form of fortune telling. If you were able to clear the deck or not would indicate if the player's desire would come true. Tilly also mentioned to Jim in the clinic that she was on her way to bet on the ponies, which is an obvious reference to the pony in Boyd's If I Had a Boat song. She later then tells Boyd that she heard he went on an adventure. Now, who would she have heard that from? Now, let's look at Donna, Fatima, and the obvious Native American reference to dream catchers. In the Native American culture, the origin of dream catchers are directly connected to the grandmother spider deity. It is believed that she created dream catchers to assist the children of Mother Earth while they slept. The dream catcher that Donna gives Fatima can be seen with a crow's feather attached to it. And before any of you say that that's not a crow's feather because of the white spot, know that crows often have white spots on their feathers. In fact, there are even white crows. Let's take a look at Elgin's shirt, which has a crow on it with a white spot on the feathers. So let's add crows to the list of the supernatural faction that is there to help the residents. As the travelers approach the tree in the road, the crows come out to warn them not to go beyond the tree. When Victor and Tabitha were in the tunnels below the town, rats can be seen eating a crow that appears to be freshly caught. In Native American culture, the crow's feather is a symbol of protection and can be a conduit for communication with past loved ones and connecting or grounding with the earth. Let that take us right into some newfound clues that support the ancient magic and rituals theory. Now, we know the talismans are made out of some sort of stone. However, those aren't the only stones in the show that suggest ancient magic or ritual. We talked about dream catchers. However, dream catchers are akin to circular stone arrangements called medicine wheels, and they can be seen in the show and have been associated with ritual and supernatural communication with the residents. Our residents, having made it through the first night in town, are subject to a placement ritual with all the residents in attendance. The new residents must all choose the rock or the flower placed in the center of a circular stone arrangement or medicine wheel. Also, Father Cautry can be seen sitting Indian style in the center of a medicine wheel stone formation that was not arranged by the residents. It is the same place where Father Cautry buried his bag once he arrived, and that was supernaturally communicated to Sarah with the candy bar cartoon. Now, rain dances, spider webs, dream catchers, and medicine wheels are not the only elements of the show that suggest a correlation to ancient magic. The actual filming location of the show highly supports this notion: Nova Scotia, Canada. Nova Scotia has a rich Native American history with the Micmac tribe, and their history and customs are still present to this day. In the Micmac tribe, the dream catcher is not only to protect their dreams, but an actual symbol of their culture. Lighthouses are also prominent landmarks in Nova Scotia. We seen the lighthouse in season 1, and we know that lighthouses are found near large bodies of water. We see the drawings in the tunnels of people on boats. Also, Elgin asks to see a body of water, and Fatima takes him to see the Brundles. Elgin stated that he saw a body of water in his dream. However, by the look on his face, he didn't seem too excited with the Brundles. Maybe the body of water he saw was by the lighthouse from season 1. So there you have it. The actual filming location with extremely notable Native American history with a tribe whose very symbol of the culture is a dream catcher, connection to Donna's gift to Fatima, and prominent lighthouses. We have the crow symbolization of protection. We have the talismans in the medicine wheels. We saw Tilly fortune telling and performing rain dances at the diner. We have all the residents attending rituals surrounding medicine wheels. Father Cautry sitting Indian style in a circle of stones. We also have a blood brother ritual between Martin and Boyd. Native Americans have been known to practice blood binding rituals between unrelated men, typically used between Indians and whites to signify them being allies during battle. So, we discussed some of the clues from the last video and gave them a deeper look, explored some of the new clues that support the theory as well, and there will be more videos for this series to come. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share, and comment so that we can keep the conversation going. This concludes the video for today. I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.